Hello and welcome to Walking with Angels and my first ever vlog. When I decided I was going to be brave enough to vlog, I wanted it to be on a subject that I'm very passionate about. So this vlog is on Rett syndrome, and October being Rett syndrome awareness month is just great. My journey with Rett syndrome began on the 5th of May 1999. I gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. She had blonde curly hair and the bluest eyes you've seen, and we called her Olivia Georgia Meredith, get it right. But quickly she became known as Livy. You know, the ones that loved her, she was just Livy. Livy was perfect. Everything you expect your child to be. You know, she walked, she talked, she had the mischievous spirit. She was a monkey. She was just so cheeky. But then, around her second birthday, our world changed. It was like she disappeared overnight. She stopped talking completely. For a while, she stopped smiling, and eye contact was completely gone. And she had this extreme screaming. It's so hard to explain what this screaming was like. It just teared at your soul. I hadn't got a clue what was going on. We were so scared, to be totally honest. We were frightened so badly. And like you do, we turned to the internet, you know, trying to find answers. And we came across this condition called Rett syndrome. I decided as I was reading the information that Livy wasn't going to have Rett syndrome. The information was depressive and it was dire. But the real thing was there was no cure. Livy couldn't have something that I couldn't fix. I mean, I was mom, I was supposed to fix it. You know, she was not having Rett syndrome. Then a few years after, in 2004, the neurologist confirmed the diagnosis of Rett syndrome. I can't tell you how I felt that day. I remember vividly sitting outside the hospital in the van, just feeling so numb, devastated. I felt like someone had physically kicked me in the stomach. It hurt. Gosh, it hurt bad. But sitting behind me, completely oblivious to the chaos that was going on in her parents' minds, was Livy, giggling away, completely happy being Liv. Okay, someone had diagnosed Rett syndrome, but it was what she had, not who she was. She couldn't care less. She wanted to live life exactly the way she had half hour before. You know, Rett syndrome was what she had, not who she was. And that moment defined life for me. You know, we decided that we had to look forward. Rett syndrome was going to be part of our life, but it wasn't going to be our life. Rett syndrome is devastating. There's no two ways about it. It's horrific. The girls suffer from disorganised breathing, digestive problems. I mean, Livy loved food, but gaining out the other end, that was the problem. You know, girls suffer with eating problems, swallowing problems, chewing. Then there's the spine problems. You know, cirrhosis is quite common with Rett girls. You know, I saw some girls with severe, 70% curvation on their spine. They've needed rods to correct them. Sleep patterns that disturbed. I have to laugh when I say sleep because Olivia thought sleeping was overrated. Why sleep when you can have fun? Anxiety. For the most part, Livy was never stressed. But then some little things just really freaked her out, and she would have major panic attacks. Seizures. I can tell you I hate seizures with a vengeance. Livy suffered with these badly. cardiac and circulatory problems, you know, heart problems, cold feet, cold hands, tremors. You know, Livy had this continuous hand clapping movements, you know, that made it really hard for her to do a lot of things with her hands. And of course, the worst thing, sudden and unexplained death. But I don't want this vlog to be negative. I want to focus on hope. And you know what? There is hope. In 2007, Dr. Adrian Bird and his scientists published some dramatic results. They'd been doing some reversal experiments in adult mice, and very surprisingly they actually found that Rett syndrome was reversible. Imagine that, reversible. This was incredible news, and it was just amazing to have hope. But before I focus on this, I actually want to talk about our girls. You know, how special they are. Each one of the girls with Rett syndrome, so different but so alike. They have a sense of humour that is wicked. Livy was so mischievous, you wouldn't believe. She'd drop something on the floor, wait for you to bend down to pick it up, and then kick you up the bum. And then just be in hysterics, laughing. She had a smile that would lighten up the darkest days, you know. When Livy smiled, the world just felt a brighter place to be in. Intelligence. Our girls are so bright. You know, people see the, you know, the hand clapping and the struggling to, you know, with their mouths and stuff, and think that there's nothing behind there. But there is so much in there. You know, it's just the lack of, it's their inability to communicate, not their desire to communicate. Livy used to communicate with her eyes. I used to say her eyes were the windows to her soul. I totally believe this to be true, you know. She told us exactly what she wanted to with her eyes. Life with Rett syndrome is hard. I had to watch my daughter suffer so much. Seizures was one of Livy's main problems. One day I was marking them down in the hospital, and I reached 106 before I ripped up the paper in frustration. Yet, even in this, in the midst of all this, Livy was smiling. Rett syndrome had nothing on my daughter's courage. I hated the fact that Livy had to suffer so much, but it was never a case of why me or why us, because Livy was a gift. She taught me so much about life, how to make each day count, how to make memories, how to just live life and to enjoy life, and how to give plenty of smiles and plenty of hugs. You couldn't be sad with Livy around you. Like I said, she was the light in the darkest of moments. But when that announcement of the cure in 2007 came around, I was excited, so excited. The chance to free my daughter from this evil condition, gosh, of course I was going to grasp hold of it. I was scared to believe, but I did. There was hope in my heart. But for us, hope is a little bit too late. On November 7th, 2008, Livy lost her battle to the Rett monster. I entered her bedroom in the morning and found her gone. She had just simply slipped away in her sleep. I can't find words to explain this. I'm still confused how you can feel so much pain and still survive. But I have survived. I don't know, but I have. And I believe that is down to what Livy taught me. Not one moment or 1 minute did that little minx ever give up. She brought the battle to Rett syndrome. I'm telling you that. So now it's up to me to continue this battle. Every 90 minutes a girl is born with Rett syndrome. But when I ask people if they know about it or what it is, they haven't a clue. And this has got to change. I want people to realise that this condition is out there. I want people to see how special our girls are and how so full of love and life. And it's because of their courage that I want to fight. The second thing I want people to realise is that there is a great chance that Rett syndrome is reversible. You know, the next girl who is born in the next 90 minutes could be cured of this evil condition. So yeah, here I am on my first ever vlog, I'll get it right one day, asking for help. I want help in my battle against Rett syndrome. I want you to help me raise awareness. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbour, tell the man at the bus stop, anybody, everybody. And I've got to be honest, research into Rett syndrome is expensive. So yeah, I'm asking for help with fundraising. Do you fancy having a chest wax or doing a sponsored swim, walk? Do it for Rett syndrome. I want to do this vlog today, yeah, to ask for support, because I simply have to believe in hope. I have to hope that nobody ever has to face this pain that I'm feeling, that nobody else has to lose a girl to this condition, lose a daughter like I've had to. But mostly I stand here because I was taught true courage and lessons in life by Olivia, by her bravery. So yeah, my vlog, my first vlog, is dedicated to this girl, Livy Meredith, and our fight to beat Rett syndrome.